Hi, welcome back. This is A from High Fives, High Vibes Tarot. This is your daily three card spread, past, present, and future. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay. Perhaps tomorrow's message is the one for you. But I've always believed in synchronicity, so there must be something in here that you need to hear today. I am losing my light, that's why it's getting blurry, but I hope you could still see it. And I hope you're not distracted if you hear the background music of somebody singing. That is my neighbor, and let's just enjoy that background music. As I shuffle, I apologize if this may take too long to shuffle. Just fast forward it. Because I usually take the trump cards, and I also apologize if I pause in between because English is not my first language, so I am finding the right word so that I could express this more clearly. I always get the present energy of the collective as the swords, and it is a court card. Somebody around the collective could either be deceptive or being that or ride roughshoding over you. You could be also that person who has that unbridled ambition, who is very intellectual and thinking about ways to change the world, perhaps ways to change their environment, ways to start a new project, very much up in their head thinking about what to do in the situation. And you are one of those. But you are the queen. In the past, or in the previous readings yesterday and the days before, we have the page of swords, the knight of swords, but you are now the only one who is the queen of swords, and all of your cards are in reverse. So the queen of swords, this is very much of the I'm sorry if this is not something that you expect, but the energy of the Queen of Swords is saying things tactlessly. If there's such a word, you could be very tactless, and there's something that you really want to happen, almost like that King of Wands in reverse, having that my way or the highway vibe. This is what I want. You should follow me, and I don't care about your happiness. That is your kind of energy. The queen is saying things without class and sass. The queen in upright position always say things with class and sass, knows her worth, knows her boundaries, very intelligent and very gentle, if I may say, or gentle in a sense that she's very tactful. That is upright, but you have it in reverse, so you could be very bitchy right now. Not gender specific, just the energy, but you could also be a woman, very full of judgment, analytical and a problem solver, yes, but could run the risk of being judgmental, or it's like Cersei. She doesn't care about where everybody else is coming from, and she is willing to cut the cords if they don't follow suit, or if they don't follow what she wants to happen. That is the energy. You may be in denial with that, and you may not accept that, but that is the energy surrounding you. This could also be the presence of that kind of person around you. There's something about communication, and we just have two cards here, but it's all about communication. There is a conflict. It may have something to do with Mercury retrograde, but that's the thing. If we know the Mercury retrograde, sometimes we blame the retrograde for our actions, and sometimes we blame retrograde for miscommunication. You run the risk of being in a miscommunication, in a scenario of miscommunication, and you may be stressing or asserting yourself to a point that you fail to listen, or to have that empathy and to learn about where others are coming from. The Five of Wands here fives is all about conflict. And Five of Wands in reverse is refusal to engage in difficult conversations just because you don't want to have that status quo. But right now you persevered, you are stressing, or you are expressing or asserting yourself, but also to a fault, not really figuring out that loving communication, loving way to assert yourself, or loving way to assert your truth without hurting others. This is also avoidance of conflict. Refusal to stand for yourself, refusal to stand your ground. But right now, you may have done so already. You are standing your ground, but it has that kind of an excess in following or expressing your authentic truth. This is one-upping the other, or perhaps you may not want to. You are restricting yourself in the past, and somewhere along the way you realize that you have to assert your truth and speak your truth. But right now perhaps there's an excess of that. Excess of expression, over expression, if I may say. No, it's not. There is no balance, if I may say. Could be a neglect of. There's an ant. Neglect of listening. You are now asserting your truth, but you have neglected on listening to others' truth as well. In the past, you may have been fearful about asserting that truth. Something happened along the way, and now you realize you have to assert your truth. But there is an excess of energies. Kinda asserting it in a way that could be harmful to others. Or you could be overprotecting. You are defensive. And could be, all of these energies could be coming from fear. Fear of losing your ground. Fear that that people can instantly turn the tables, or could instantly defeat you through words. That's why you'd rather lay down all your cards. It's like writing all what you want to your husband, telling your husband, or your wife, no, husband. You're telling your husband, this is what I want, this is what you should do, blah blah blah, by 7 a.m. you should do this, by 8 you should do this, blah 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 blah. And then you don't give room for them to react or respond. You are not open for discussion, not open for discussion. It's kind of a one-way street, coming from that one-way street. And perhaps that could be coming from the fact that in the past you are fearful about asserting your truth, or fearful about your ideas, or fearful about how others may react. It feels like you are that 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. You have that idea. This is a call for patience. The universe invites you to be that patient. And once again, strike that loving conversation. Be loving in the way that you speak. Acknowledge each other people, especially if this is a team project. Acknowledge others. Know where others are coming from. Acknowledge other suggestions. And you could be waiting for something in the future, like a return on investment, and perhaps you're feeling impatient about it. That's why you want everything so fast. So perhaps you are also invited to strike an op to have that to take advantage of the opportunity to engage, listen, engage, you don't have to, I'm not saying that you would have to repress your feelings. What I'm saying is just go for it, express your authentic truth, and nothing is sexier in expressing, nothing is sexier than expressing your authentic truth. That's from one of the oracle cards from Gabrielle Bernstein. The universe has your back. There's nothing sexier about that, and you could be doing that. What I'm saying right now is that there could be an excess. You could be over asserting yourself to a point that you are not acknowledging or you are not listening to others' opinions. It could be a one-way street, and you run the risk of being impatient just because you have this grand idea and it has to happen. But everything that you dream about, if this is something that, if there's something that you would want to happen, perhaps you are invited by the universe to, of course, express your authentic truth, express your feelings, but also be ready or be accepting of others' opinion too, or of others' authentic truth too. You don't have to repress your authentic truth, but you don't have to repress others' authentic truth as well. And perhaps that is the universe's advice for you, is to look at where are these emotions or where are these energies coming from. Are there feelings of anger? Identify those feelings and express it in such a way that to free yourself, one, but two, also acknowledge the fact that others may also be repressing their feelings too. Don't repress your feelings, express it, but be open to what other people might have to say about the situation too. You're invited also, I strongly feel that you are invited to be patient. Be patient with yourself, be patient with others, and strike that proper dance between you and other people. How you express your feelings or how you communicate may have something to do with your inner sense of self and feelings, and it just has, those feelings may need to be thrown out there, and it may unload a burden inside of you. But be also open and expect others, be happy if others are also doing the same. Doing the same by I mean, what I mean by that is that when others also are expressing their authentic truth, which may be entirely different from your truth. Okay, so I guess I would have to leave it at that. Continuation of this reading is in the link in the description box below, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.